the whole United States of America, including me. Every day I wake up in this country and I realize the only way to fix it is to burn this to the ground. I have no confidence in politicians, elections. It's all an illusion of something better that never is gonna come. We are slaves to a system that hates us and despises us. We as humans have a God-given right to live happy, prosperous lives, free from control. This is hell, and we should let this motherfucker burn.
I'm dead. Not literally, but something in me has died. The spark I had, the will to try, lost somewhere along the way. Yeah. I wake up, but it feels pointless. Like I'm just passing time. Just passing through. Everything's dull. And I can't remember what feeling alive meant. I'm dead, not literally, but I feel buried all the same.
Hey, so I work in the operating room, and I just worked a 12-hour shift in the operating room, and I cannot afford my rent. I can't afford my rent. I can't afford gas. I can't afford groceries. I can't afford any of my endless other bills that I am responsible for because I am an adult. After working a 12-hour shift in the operating room. So you know what I have to do? I have to DoorDash, and it's 12:30 at night after I've been on my feet in the operating room for 12 hours all fucking day. I'm now out DoorDash driving. And I spilled a fucking shake all over myself.
The economy is so bad right now. Like, I genuinely have been struggling to find the words to kind of describe like what I'm seeing. And I think anyone else who works in the helping profession, who's people facing, and you work with like a wide range of people, you can really see that it's hitting everyone from pretty much every background. It's just really, really bad. I know people who have been unemployed for well over a year. I know people who've been unemployed going on a year. It's really bad. And I've seen people like making jokes and stuff about Spirit Airlines shutting down. But the reality is that's like, it says 17,000 because Spirit has 17,000 employees. But I saw someone else saying like they actually work for a printing company and their client is Spirit Airlines. So like this is going to ripple out. I'm going to say conservatively that it's going to be at least 20K people in the job market, and already struggling job market. There's no growth in the job market, and it's just so bad. I don't know. I really hate situations where I don't have answers because it's just like really, really bad. But it's going to get worse, and that's the scarier part about it too. The fact that we live in a world where racism is that deep to some people, like they hate black people, brown people so bad that they kind of like led us into this mess is so ridiculous to me. I'm so sorry. That does not escape my mind. And the fact that we have politicians that are so money hungry that they just do not represent the people, all of it is just, it's so hard to wrap your mind around because it's just getting worse and worse. So many people are struggling to make it from week to week. I know so many people who are facing or dealing with eviction right now. It's so horrible. And there are so many people who don't have safety nets. There are people who don't have a family they can go stay with. There's so many people who, like, it's just really, really bad. But hey, at least y'all got rid of the DEI, I guess.
Why is everyone struggling right now? Like, I'm looking around at people who have degrees, work experience, and still can't get hired. And the people that are working are barely getting by. So it's not like people aren't trying. So why does it feel like nothing is working anymore?
It doesn't bother y'all that we basically relive the same day over and over again. Like, I'm really getting sick of all this bullshit.
All right, y'all, we just got some of the worst consumer numbers of all time, and we're still only in the early innings here. Credit card delinquency just came in at 13.1%, which is just under the all-time high of 13.7. But the rate at which it's rising this time is the fastest rate ever, and it's still going up. And at the same time, we just got consumer sentiment numbers at all-time lows. These are the lowest levels we've ever seen in history, and I think this has been tracked since like 1957. So the consumer is in worse shape than ever. And I gotta say, this is a clear sign that the credit bubble's about to pop. And that's the main issue here, is that this is a bubble, okay? I explained before that the delinquency numbers and consumer sentiment numbers aren't a real accurate read of the state of the consumer economy. The numbers today are actually suppressed because of the way people are actually using credit these days. You know, they're passing it back and forth between different cards, and they're also using BNPL for this kind of stuff. And that's what I mean by a credit bubble. Like, you're just passing it back and forth and just pushing off the issue while the credit problem just rises and rises. The fact that delinquencies are nearing an all-time high, even with this scheme that we have going on, this credit card cheat code that we have going on here, that's a clear sign that this bubble's about to pop. And the fact that we now have the lowest levels of consumer confidence shows that the consumers are seeing that they're not going to be able to pay this off. And the reason why this is a major problem is because we're not at the peak here. Like, we're still in the first innings of this inflation issue. We're only seeing really the effects of gas right now. We're only really seeing gas, and right now it's still pretty manipulated, so it's not even at the peak yet. Not to mention the strait's still closed, so that's obviously an issue. But we haven't seen the food inflation yet. This is something that I've been saying for a while. We haven't even seen the food inflation. The only real inflation we've seen from food is because of diesel. It's not because of the fertilizer shortage. When the next harvest comes, that's when we actually see those numbers kick in. When there's an actual food shortage, that's the real food inflation there. And by that time, I assume the manipulation's gonna wear off. Like, they're not gonna be able to hold it up forever. And if we're already seeing all-time lows on consumer confidence and all-time highs in delinquencies, what's going to happen when the prices really start going there? And this is why I say that the economy is like a house of cards right now, or like a set of dominoes. There's like 5 bubbles in play, and we're just waiting to see which is the one that actually topples everything over. And I'll make another video about the new deal that's going through right now, but like, so far, if you've seen anything on it, like, it's pretty clear that Iran is staying strong on the fact that they want control of the Strait, and they want reparations. They're staying strong on all of their points. So either it's a bad deal for us, or there's no deal. And like I said from the start, even if the Strait was opened under perfect conditions, we would still have to eat that fertilizer disruption. Okay, we would still have to eat those food prices. But there's no deal. Or it's either no deal or a bad deal. So either way, like, it's a bad situation going on here.
Millions of Americans are starting to give up on their own country. It's a cold world out there. And the reason why millions of Americans are starting to give up is because they're fed up. They're tired of putting gas in their cars. They're tired of working constantly at a dead-end job and the pay is not going up. They're tired of doing everything for this country. They feel like they're doing everything right, but they're not getting ahead. They're sick and tired of everything. They're sick and tired of data centers. They're sick and tired of AI. They just don't want to deal with this pain no more. You know? It feels like a constant headache every day of just trying to get it right in this economy, trying to survive in this economy, trying to live in this economy. But it's like they keep moving the goalposts, and trying to survive is becoming impossible. They're losing hope in reality. So it's like, can you really blame them? You really can't blame them. And as you can see, a lot of people are just trying to make a way. A lot of people are just living in hotels now. Anywhere they can find. because they're just giving up. They're tired of paying all these bills in this country. And then it's like they can't catch a break for nothing. Bills always increasing and nothing is starting to make sense. So that's why people don't want to hear it no more. They're tired of all the lies. They're tired of all the broken promises. They're tired of all the heartbreaks. And it's just getting more and more difficult to just survive in this economy. And people don't even care whether this economy collapse or not, because they feel like it's already collapsing and there's nothing they can do. And they wouldn't even do nothing even if they tried. And that's the sad part. It's like, even if you tried, you wouldn't even attempt to do anything anymore. And that's where a lot of people are getting to the point. So it's just becoming tough out here. So this is what I want to know. How do y'all feel? And I know we've been wishing and hoping that a change will come. But people are not wishing and hoping anymore. They're losing hope, interest. So it really doesn't even matter to people no more. And that's the sad part. Because you wishing that it would get better, you don't even wish no more. And this is what I want to know. I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel. And I want y'all to share it in the comments with me. Because in this economy, something's got to give. But when will that day come? You know? When will that day arrive? And it seems like it's been a nightmare each and every day for you to wait on that day to arrive. And it seems to never arrive. And a lot of people are not prepared for what's about to happen. So that's why they're giving up. They don't even care about being prepared no more. That's how messed up this economy in this country is. It's to the point that people are really losing hope. So that's my take on this situation. Let me know how y'all feel. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.